There is currently a lot of talk online about how you can make £5,000 a month as a virtual assistant. Lots of coaches are mentioning it. I've even mentioned it, and there's lots of various courses and stuff as well. Now, understandably, because of this, some of you are a bit wary. You may be thinking it's a scam, or that being a virtual assistant is some sort of multi-level marketing thing, or even worse, like a total pyramid scheme. So I wanted to use this video today to actually break it down how you could really make £5,000 a month as a virtual assistant. Now, before I get into this, I want to make something really clear here. If you are looking for some get rich quick scheme, this is not for you, okay? This is a real business, and like most businesses in the world, this is going to take time to build up. It's going to take time for you to get to that point where you're making £5,000 a month. Can you do it in less than a year? Absolutely, many people do, but a lot of the time it will take people around a year or maybe a bit longer to actually get to that point, because you need to put in the work and you need to be consistent with your efforts as well. But if that sounds like you and you're ready to create a better life for yourself and ditch the 9 to 5, keep watching. Okay, so let's say that you are offering your clients general admin services and you are charging them £30 per hour. You're doing 30 hours of client work per week, which brings you in £3,600 a month. Now, I would personally recommend that you do not do over 30 hours of client work per week, because you also have to make time for your own admin and marketing as well. And I don't know about you, but I started my own business so that I could actually have more time and flexibility. That said, I do know some virtual assistants who are doing over 30 hours of client work a week. They're happy doing that. But like I say, I would not recommend it. So let's say this is what you're doing, okay? But you want to make £5,000 a month. So you could do that by outsourcing any extra client work to associate virtual assistants. So again, as an example, let's say you are outsourcing an extra 12 hours per week of client work to associates. That is going to help you bring in an extra £1,440 gross income per month. So that would make your total gross income of £5,040 a month. But you have to actually pay your associates, okay? They're not going to be doing the work for free. So let's say you are going to be, so again, you're charging your clients £30 per hour. You are paying your associates £20 per hour. So you are making £10 per hour. So once you've paid your associates, if you are doing it that way, once you've paid them, you would actually be going home with £4,080 per month. Now, remember, this is before taxes, so you would have to make those deductions again, but I'm going to let you work that out, okay? Because depending on what country you're in, blah, 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 taxes and whatever your deductions are all going to be different. But this is just to give you an idea of how much you could be earning doing that amount of client work. But what if you're thinking, well, I actually want my total net profit to be £5,000 a month, okay? So this is how you could do it. So let's say your associate, so you are making £10 per hour off your associate, and they are doing 35 hours per week. So you're still doing your 30 hours of client work, but your associates are doing 35 hours. So that would make £1,400 a month, if that's what you're getting, okay? So that would then make your total gross, because remember, this is you doing your client work as well, plus the associates. So before you actually deduct anything, you would be coming home with £7,800 a month. Once you deduct your associate wages, we'll call it, then that would make your total net profit of £5,000 per month. Then again, you would take away your taxes and whatnot, but I'm going to let you sort that out. So as a total, you would want your client, if you want to be coming away with £5,000 a month and you're charging £30 an hour, you would be looking at having a total of around 65 hours of client work per week. And that's going to be divided by both yourself and associates as well. Because I'm telling you right now, you do not want to be doing all 65 hours a week by yourself. You want to be outsourcing around half of that to associates. So that's what you're going to be looking at if you are charging, let's say, £30 an hour for general admin services. Now, if you are doing things like social media management, Pinterest management, podcast management, basically any types of services which you can put into fixed rate packages, I highly recommend you do that, because it means that you're not going to be getting penalized and paid less the better and the faster you become at something. If you're doing general admin services, you're going to be charging either by the hour or in packages of time. That's just the way it is, because general admin is very, very difficult to put into fixed rate packages. But like I said, if you're doing something like social media management, it is a lot easier. So I would highly recommend you do that. So let's have a quick look at this. So let's say you're a social media manager or you're doing podcast management. In order to make £5,000 a month, you could sell 10 £500 packages, or you could sell 5 £1,000 packages. Now, depending on how long it takes you, you might actually be able to do all of this work yourself. However, again, if it's taken you, say, well over 30 hours a week, then I would definitely recommend adding, like, growing a team and outsourcing some of this work. But again, this is just to give you an idea of how you could potentially make £5,000 a month. Now, remember, there's a lot of different variables to consider, and you might be charging your clients different rates to the ones that I've just discussed on those slides. However, hopefully this video shows you that it is actually more than possible to make £5,000 a month as a virtual assistant. Is it going to take a little bit of time to build up? Yeah, probably, especially if you're doing, say, general admin services and you need to be doing, say, 65 hours of client work a week. That's probably going to take you a little bit of time to actually build up to that point. It's completely normal. Now, I know that there's a lot of coaches online boasting about making this amount of money within a month, 2 months, but for the majority of people, myself included, it takes a bit longer than that. These people might have been just really lucky. They might have known a lot of entrepreneurs personally, or they might have just had a lot more experience, and that's why they were able to build it up a lot quicker. And between me and you, some of them are just speaking total bullshit. So is it possible to make £5,000 a month? Absolutely. Is it going to take a little bit of time to build up? Probably. Is it worth it? Hell bloody yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video, but as always, if you would like more support on your virtual assistant journey, check out the links below.